Hey, Shalom Akim, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bahashem Bracha HaKodash, Barakatham, Shalom, double honors to the apostles of GMS, alright, who I learned this truth from and who rule well, and salutations and blessings unto you elect, alright, 144,000, and the rest, and the 1/3, alright. Coming back with another one, dealing with, this witchcraft out here, right? We were going into it at camp yesterday about all the witchcraft that's being done out here. Brothers can't look over or forget or not appreciate the seriousness of the situation, right? Because we're in a land of pure witchcraft, and what I mean by that is this: first of all, this land was founded upon witchcraft, the founding fathers and the people behind them, right? The buildings and the symmetry and the ways that they shaped the architecture, all that stuff, right? And actual rituals and seances and ceremonies that they practice, right? Now I'm going to start with this article here. I'm going to jump down. This is from freemasonrywatch.org, and the title of it is Sex Magic Ritual Practice in the Mystery Religion School Tradition, a new slant on the term brotherly love. And you can type this in, right, this whole title on Google, and you will find it. But I'm going to jump down to this paragraph down here. Let me see, right here. Right, it says, many aspects of shamanism, and I'm not going to read certain words, right? Certain buzzwords, they come up on the algorithm. So when you hear me, or when you don't hear me, right? When you hear me omit a word, right? You understand why. Many aspects of shamanism had content, and many of the gods, spirits, and divinities of the world have been associated with. In Tahiti, there were special divinities for worship. The ancient Shinto temples of Japan display scenes of sexual ritual orgies similar to those of the Bacchanalia of the Romans. The great mother goddess of ancient China, Kuan Yin, was worshipped with sexual rites that included. When the Spanish conquistadors reached Central America and the Yucatan, they found the prevalence of priests and sacred statues and stone sculptures depicting the union as a sacred act. In the Yucatan, which is Jake, that was all Jake as well, right? They were going off, right? Ephraim fell into whoredom, right? Ephraim stayed at the wine, So this is we understand that as well. In the Yucatan, the god Chin is said to have established sacred and a priesthood serving in the temples, just as was true of the temples of ancient Babylon and Samaria. Christian writer George Grant concurs. He writes that Rome was a perpetual satyricon, which is a state of satire. Egypt, Persia, Carthage, Babylon, and Assyria were all steeped in pederastic tradition, right? That word, when you look it up, it goes into the pedo. All right, and that was a big thing in the ancient world. People think that this is some new evil, and there's some real sick fucks, and no, man, this has been going on. This has been part of culture and tradition for millenniums, right? And it's peeping up its ugly head into mainstream culture slowly but surely. And you people are gonna have to swallow that fucking pill. I don't give a fuck what you do. We've been warning you through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that this is the next phase, this is the next step in society, in the LGB, LMNOP, all right? It says, and the ancient empires of the Mongols, Tartars, Huns, Teutons, Celts, Incas, Aztecs, Mayans, Nubians, Mings, Canaanites, and Zulus likewise celebrated depravity, degradation, and debauchery. In Sexuality and Historio, Arno Carlin writes of cults throughout the ancient world. Male temple prostitutes, and that was a thing because you had female and you also had male. You know, and that was part of the rites, right? You go to the temple, you sacrifice, and then you have a whole orgy in the fucking thing, right? And there's a bunch of slaki for the graphic nature, but there's a bunch of jizz everywhere, semen, because that's part of it too. You know, these people get down in a way, you know, you don't want to hear this around, you know, dinner time, all right, or when you just ate. These people get down filthy, man. That's why the Lord told us to clean us up, clean ourselves up, man. Because when you're in that lifestyle of a playboy and you're fucking all these girls and you think you're this and that, I've been told that, man, by elders, man. It makes sense that when you partake in more of that, you're just gonna fall into, you know, I almost said it. You're gonna fall into that lifestyle, man, because you're just gonna freak out. You're gonna waste yourself. You're gonna completely cross a bunch of lines. You're gonna get into drugs. You know, you're gonna do all kinds of madness, right? It says historian Arnold Carlin writes, male prostitutes existed among the devotees of Ishtar, right, which is where you get what, Easter, right, fertility. So that's how they got down, right? And Astarte in Syria, the Albanians and Babylonians, the Canaanite neighbors of the ancient Hebrews, and in Kos, Crete, and Ephesus in the Greek world. And best believe Esau picked up all of these things, man, and he just warped it into one fucking mashup of madness, right? He took all these different gods and he's worshiping them. The ancient religion of Baal, familiar to students of the Bible as the set of beliefs and practices which so often corrupted Hebrew society in history, was one such cult. Worshippers of Baal built for themselves high places and pillars, and Asherim, a phallic pole, or phallic poles used to honor the goddess of fertility, on every high hill and under every green tree. And there were also male cult prostitutes in the land. All right, now I'm going to go back to this, Isaiah 47. Now this is, you know, headline Esau, right? Step in Esau. This is Isaiah 47 and 12. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries. A multitude is a large group. All right. So it's a plurality. It's multiple sorceries that these people are working, right? Pharmaceutical industry is just one. It's a very big one, but it's just one, right? The more hidden one is right in front of your fucking eyes every day. Your entertainment, your social media, your TV, right? Your movies, your shows, your music, drama, you know, theater, all this shit, right? Wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, if so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Now, hold on, Slacky. Let me get this in the NLT. All right, so this is Isaiah 47, verse 12. Now use your magical charms. Use the spells you have worked at all these years. Maybe they will do you some good. Maybe they can make someone afraid of you. All the advice you receive has made you tired. Where are all your astrologers, those stargazers who make predictions each month? Let them stand up and save you from what the future holds. All right, so that's just going into the witchcraft that these Edomites work, man, and it's some heavy witchcraft, man. I'm gonna go to this main article. This is from SaveTheMales.ca. Freemasonry's best kept secret ritual. I'm not sure I can say that word, so I'm just gonna not say it. December 5th, 2019. This is that demon, that Satanist, Marilyn Manson. So, is a form of brainwashing. Freemasons are able to be a closeted organization due to the amnesia of half the victims and psychological denial of their own by bullfruit perps like Jerry Sandusky. Now, it says Freemasons believe opens the third eye to Luciferian illumination. It attacks a pressure point of nerves at the base of the spine, causing temporary neurological paralysis and a shift of consciousness. That's when they're talking about when you get popped in your rectum. All right, you attack a nerve, right? And you get an awakening allegedly. So that's, look, this the scriptures say the heart of them is deep. They seek a diligent search, right? Matter of fact, let's get that.